Welcome back everyone to Inside Gyros. Today we come back to the standard mode. I want to show you my training process. Every time I have some advanced student or we want to advance with some student, I try to go first by myself and practice some maneuvers and practice some exercises that give me the understanding of the routine that I want to perform with the student. Additionally, every time that I want to go to do some advanced maneuvers with the students, to go for test piloting or for advanced sport training, I try to do it with another CFI. So we compile the information and we can provide the best instruction for the student. Not everyone learned in the same way, so this is kind of the things that I want to understand and I want to show when we do the training, the standard training for the advanced students. So, welcome everyone. Welcome again to Inside Gyros. Join us for the takeoff. We will do a couple touch and goes with a different kind of small exercises, filling the machine, understanding the takeoff, the landing, the rotor management, and other stuff. So, welcome back again. Thanks for watching. Appreciate that. See you in a bit.
Passing traffic, Cherokee 9, Foxtrot Tango's upwind, runway 28, raining in the pattern, Sebastian.
And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is lighting up and hold. Momentary delay, 60 seconds for spin up, and we'll join the traffic. Sebastian. Alright guys, welcome back. We are ready for takeoff.
658, red downwind, runway 28, Sebastian.
We do the call out for the 60 seconds pre-rotation maneuver. So the pre-rotation, we start the pre-rotation right now. It's important to tell the guys that you will have a little bit of delay because they don't understand. Alright, let's start the pre-rotation. So this, the first exercise that I want to practice today is just to keep in the machine in the center as low as I can with a kind of slow speed, then speed up and do the climb. So I will use the runway in the matter of training to feel the rotor and to feel the wind around and how to maintain the altitude and how to maintain the operation of the aircraft. Meanwhile, I'm in low speed and low altitude. It should be only performed in the runway. All right, 180. 190, 200, and we go. Full back, 1, 2, 3, go forward. We start putting power progressively.
The right downwind, runway 28, for touch and go.
Just get the speed. And as soon as I'm in the air, I'm going to reduce a little bit the engine, and I'm just going to keep it flying low as you can. Just trying to compensate a little bit, trim the machine here. There we go. This is the first part, just to keep it at nice speed. Let me trim it a little bit. Nice speed on the runway with not too much power. Just to feel the machine, just to feel it, how it should behave, and then I can apply some power and go up. Alright, the traffic in general, they give you a very nice sectors for different kind of trainings. What I normally do is, if you want to use the pedals, if you start using your pedals, you can train with your pedals a little bit. If you want to turn the machine just only with pedals, just to keep it, with power and just using the pedals, just a tiny bit. I'm using less ballast today. There you go. It's a little bit of vibration because of the wind, but I just try to keep the vol in the center. There we go. Let me announce myself. And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane experimental is on right crosswind for runway 28. Sebastian. There's a lot of guys, so I need to be around right 600 feet. And we're going to keep close to the to the traffic, and I want to keep practicing the flat machine, keep it flat the machine, and just using the pedals and the power just to keep it completely flat. Let's compensate it, trim it a little bit more. There you go. And just keep it hands off as much as we can. All right, 800.
Turkey 2845 Yankees turning right base for 28 Sebastian.
Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane is on right downwind for runway 28. Sebastian. Alright, low flight is very good when there is a lot of traffic, so you get a little bit inside of the traffic, low traffic, so you don't interfere with the other guys with the fixed wing that are way more faster. The idea, what I said to many of the people, and when we're in the programs we have, is trying to be as transparent as it is.
658, turn right, crosswind for runway 28, Sebastian.
Let the other guys do the job. Do not interfere because our speeds are normally lower. We can go really low, or we can go a little bit faster if you can. At the end, we have more or less the same speed of a Piper Cop, small one. So it's more or less the same performance. All right, we don't want to get more altitude. We're ready to go for base, and this is when the first maneuver I want to try. That is the high rate descent on the final, and just to try to aim for the numbers. Just the target practicing. Target practicing is something that I always try to just keep people doing it and doing it because it can save you if you have any issues in the air. And Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane on right base for runway 28 with a high rate descent on final starting at 800 feet. Sebastian. It's better to tell everybody what I'm doing and what kind of speeds I'm using right now. This is very important. So, control of the cabin, maintain the cabin as flat as you can. Do not swim around, do not stir the paint. That is something that you should start using finesse, the muscle memory required just to look the instruments, to feel the machine, and to feel what's going on. Alright, we're ready to go. And Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane experimental is on final 28 for a touch and go. Sebastian. So there's gonna be two exercises in this one. First of all, we're gonna do the high rate descent to put it on the numbers, and then we're gonna maintain the wheelie, maintain the nose up, and go in the air and just keep it as low as we can with the lower speed. So we start getting some finesse. Alright, let's start our high rate descent. A little bit far away from here. We're light, so we check our RPMs. There you go. We start the descent, flat descent. I always want to keep the RPMs a little bit loaded. That's what I want. Just to avoid RPMs below 300 always. It's very important. You don't want to go to that point.
658, turn right, base for runway 28. Touch and go, Sebastian.
Alright, we're gonna recover here. Try not to use the engine. We may have to use the engine. There's a little bit like crosswind. But my idea is to aim for the numbers. Is to aim for the numbers so I can use the rest of the runway, as much runway. There you go. We keep the wheelies. We keep the wheelie. We keep the nose wheel up, right in the center. Now I'm going to start my exercise. That is to keep the machine in the lowest speed possible and as closest to the runway. Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane is on the go on the runway 28. Sebastian. Alright, just keep it as it is, just as much as power, just try not to climb too much, and when you are closing to the end of the runway, you can just speed up and let the machine climb. There you go. You can trim your machine and let her climb, so I'm just trying to trim the machine to get the BY, that is 50, 55, and just let her climb with 50% of the power, so that also gives me the feeling, you know, the feeling that I need to do the climbing in case I'm heavy or something. So this is exercise for finesse. This is not heavy maneuvers. This is not something that it requires a lot of skill. It's just finesse. The finesse on the gyroplane is part of the most. I think is one of the most important things that you should have in the gyro. Sebastian traffic. The white gyroplane is on right crosswind for runway 28. Sebastian.
Fast traffic, Cherokee 2845, Yankees taxiing cross runway.
Alright, as you see, my control is pretty bent because I'm using really low ballast today, because I need to fill the machine, I need to feel it lighter to be able to perform this kind of maneuvers and a little bit more than 10 gallons. And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on right downwind for runway 28. Sebastian. We are in Sebastian now, in the headquarters of Blades Over Me. We're doing all the training, special training, sales and service right here, and the builder's assistance in Rockledge. So,
tell me about current position.
Say again for the gyroplane.
Where's your current position right now?
Midfield 700 feet on right downwind for 28.
Thank you.
Yeah, they don't see you. It's very difficult sometimes to see you, so you need to be aware of where they are if they want to go, and if you just want to remove the power.
58 right crosswind runway 28 Sebastian.
Alright, we go for the second exercise, that is the 360. Let's see if I can be able to do the 360, the target 360, because it's pretty busy today. Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on a short base, 700 feet for runway 28 with a high rate descent maneuver on the final for touch and go. Sebastian. Alright, we're going to perform the same and trying to aim again to the numbers, but this time without the engine. And the second variation that I want to show today is not recommended for many operations, but I do it sometimes, that is blocking the instrument. So I cannot block the instruments, so all I wanted to do is just shut down the instruments completely and feel my machine and feel the speed. I need to know what kind of speed I should have. I need to feel that, so I will be able to perform the approaches. Like I have no engine, no instruments. I don't know what kind of speed, but I need to feel if I need more speed, if I need less speed. So I just keep very nice and gentle, very nice and gentle landing. There we go, and we go again. Now again we're gonna continue without the instruments, because I want to feel the machine. I want to feel it. So I need to be careful with my engine, and I need to be careful with my speeds. So this is pure feeling. This is kind of the old Benson and the old pilots, the gyroplane, the beginners, the pioneers of the gyroplane. This is how they start flying, feeling the machine. It was pure feeling. It was pure feeling with the machine. They have no instruments. They tell you things. They will have just the air on the face and the box and everything. So that was very interesting. So I want to reproduce this kind of feeling. That's what I'm trying to do, not to overpower my engine, just to feel the machine and trust in what I'm feeling in the aircraft. This is not an instrument flight. This is not a flight that I will require precision on the instruments. It's just feeling. I want to feel my engine, not to overboost the engine, etc. Just keep the radio on, of course. And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on left, correction, right crosswind for runway 28. I thinking I'm in the other side.
658 core on Airgyro, go to the left to avoid open traffic. Sebastian.
Fast traffic, Cherokee 9 Foxtrot Tangos, right downwind, runway 28. Start to drill out here.
Fast traffic, Cherokee 2845.
Fast traffic, Warrior, November 429er, Pleasant Night. Taxiing from Pilot's Paradise to runway 28, Sebastian.
And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on right downwind for runway 28, number 2 behind the traffic. Sebastian. So small resume. Before you train with someone, or before I train with someone, I try to reproduce the maneuvers that I want. Takeoff and landings is the most consuming time in the training. You need to master the takeoff and landing in different versions. The flat, the high nose, the high rate, the low rate. The approach is the same, high rate descent, high altitude, keep it at low. I will try to perform right now, keeping the speed and lower altitude without speed reference. And I want to feel the machine so I can reproduce this operation with the student in a safe way. I need to make a little bit of, low speed here, flight. There we go. Meanwhile, the other traffic is going to final.
Turning final from
Always away of the other traffic.
09 Sebastian traffic.
I perform a little trick here with the pedals, just on the point, without losing altitude.
Traffic number 82332 crossing runway 05 Sebastian.
And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on the right base for runway 28 with the traffic inside. Sebastian. So this is more or less the small exercises. Feel the machine, a lot of finesse on your performance, a lot of finesse. Just wait and act. Wait and act. That's the main thing you should understand in the gyro. Steering the paint will, the gyro will be all over the place, and you really don't want that. So practice a lot of finesse. It takes time and effort, a lot of time to understand the gyro, to understand the idiosyncrasies, etc. So it's only, you cannot master a gyro in a classroom. You need to practice and practice and practice. And pushing yourself with this kind of exercises without the instruments or blocking some of the instruments, keeping the speed, etc. Just give you the right finesse for the safety issues that we have. Normally there is a lot of things. There's a lot of accidents because of the lack of training.
Sebastian traffic, Kappa 658, we will do this normal approach wheel now, turning right base for runway 28, Sebastian.
Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is on final for 28 at touch and go. Sebastian. Right, we're going to perform a low altitude. We're going to low altitude right now, and we're going to keep the speed with the engine, just trying to understand if it's sinking or not. For example, I'm losing a lot of speed right now. I feel it. So I need to add a little bit of power, just a tiny bit of power. Now to let the machine start my pre-flare. There we go, and a touchdown.
Sebastian traffic at 09.
There we go, a little bit, not that fine, it was pretty heavy. Keep the boogie, there we go. Just pushing, not too much, just not too much. Just keep it like this. I want to go to the center. Give it a little bit more power, more punch. Just go in the air. There you go. Again, you can perform in zigzags also. That's very good. That's very good one. Just performing the zigzags, just going around, like very gentle, nice and gentle maneuvers, zigzagging around the runway. That's a very good maneuver, even if you're running out of runway.
Looking for that Mooney, we're 9.
And we go back in the air. Try not to
overboost
overboost the engine and just let the machine climb. Let the machine climb.
Yeah, Sebastian traffic.
Let the machine climb. You should let the machine climb. In general, the gyroplane should fly like this. If it's well compensated. I mean, these machines are well compensated. They're state of the art. I mean, this is a really good machine. Again, nothing fancy today. Is just what I do. I take my time. I invest a little bit before I train with someone to make some maneuvers and to get some insights of the exercises, so I can explain it better. And I kind of go through a pattern, a path for every single scenario and every single profile of the students. And Sebastian traffic, the white gyroplane is turning right downwind for runway 28. Sebastian.
And Sebastian traffic, Mooney's right base, runway 28, Sebastian.
Cherokee 9 Foxtrot Tango's right base for runway 9, in front of the Mooney.
Okay,
What I was saying about the profiles of the students, I think is kind of the most important thing. Every single student is a different universe. You learn in a different way. We CFIs, we should find the channels that every single person learned, the way they learned, what kind of background, if it's a university background, if it's a technical background, if it's a military background. So this is the best way to interact with your students and interact and try to give the information. There is canals they can receive the information. I cannot teach someone with different background and just start throwing some math and or start throwing some analogies that they will not understand. The good thing about the side-by-side is the monkey see, monkey do. You show the maneuver and then you can correct the maneuver, you can correct the gestures, etc. Need to expand a little bit.
Final, runway 28 Sebastian, and I've got the Cherokee in sight.
And Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane is on right base 28 behind the traffic. Sebastian. Alright, normal approach, normal thing, I want to fill the machine when it's light. As I said, I'm not using any instruments right now. This is not an instructional video. Don't do this at home. Do not start complaining if I'm violating something. This is not the way. I normally put post-its with the students. I just want to show you the point of feeling, that the point of confidence of understanding your machine. That is very good exercise. And Sebastian, traffic, the white gyroplane is on final for 28, number 2 for landing, and it will be a full stop. Sebastian. Alright, we're going to perform kind of a fixed wing approach. Trying to be on the glide path. We have our VASI lights on. I'm going to try to find my red. I'm slightly high.
Northwest, Sebastian.
I'm going to perform a full stop landing, so I'm going to do a small touchdown and then hop in the air again and do it right at the end of the runway to be able to route and don't taxi too much. That's one of the good things about the gyroplanes. You can play with these tricks, small tricks that we have. Of course, if you are completely aware of your condition as a pilot, don't push your limits if you don't feel comfortable. There you go, that's my red. Just gonna board that touchdown and just gonna keep it right in the middle. I try before the runway is ending. There you go. There you go. And closer to the runway and to be able to go in alpha. And we start cutting the engine.
2332 radio check for 97 Mike. Loud and clear. That's better.
There you go. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate. Subscribe, check our website. We have new information about training and services. Blitz over me, Texas. We have the Lot Show training here for professional operations, all the military operations. If you're interested in military operations and military training for gyroplanes, call us with the Lot Show group. There's been for many years working with the military around the world and training the best of the American soldiers. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.